First things first, though, we need to cover that junior golf news. Then, actually, first of all, we'll start off with a men's competition. It starts tomorrow. That's the English Men's Open Amateur Championship, also known as the Brabazon Trophy.
Yeah.
At Saunton Golf Club down in Devon, 144 players taking part in it. Actually, how about this? The last time it was played at Saunton, which was in 1997, the winner, I think, was a guy called David Park. Second place was a guy called Jeff Ogilvie. I don't know if you've ever heard of him.
No way.
Won a major championship. No.
That's some knowledge. That is some knowledge.
Absolutely. And the person who finished third was somebody called Sergio Garcia. I don't know if you've heard of him as well. So,
Sergio. See you next month, Sergio, at Centurion.
Absolutely. Oh, is that right? Is that right? Okay. That might get a mention a little bit later on in the news. But anyway, right. Sam Bairstow is the reigning champion there. Now, like I said, there's going to be absolutely, yeah. Like I said, there's going to be some juniors playing in that. One of them in particular, and this is actually relevant for what we're going to be talking about a little bit later on, is Jack Wally from Rotherham. He won the Northern Qualifier at Panel Golf Club. He's 18 years old. He's only just come back though from an injury. He popped out a rib, which sounds extremely painful, whilst trying out a new driver. Apparently, it was an over-vigorous swing. I mean, that must be some serious over-vigorous swing to do
if you're
that.
Squeamish, perhaps this podcast isn't for you tonight.
Possibly, yes. Yeah, we haven't got any photos for that, I'm pleased to say. So, but like I say, he's back to full fitness. And obviously, good luck to him tomorrow and others as well who are playing in that. Now, teenager Katie Pooch, she was mentioned in the last podcast because she won the Irish Girls title at County Louth. Well, she narrowly missed out on a double because she finished second in the Irish Women's Open Championship, finished second to 21-year-old Scot Lorna McClymont from Milngavie, who finished, last three holes, finished birdie, birdie, birdie. So that's the way to win a tournament. So absolutely, yeah. Now, talking about good runs, Luca Thompson in the Bevershire Ladies Amateur Championship. I think we might actually have a photo of Luca from Pavillion Park. Now, she led after the stroke play qualifying round, made it through to the final and the knockout rounds. She was one down at the turn. Now, that photo tells you a little bit of a clue here that she was one down at the turn. The reason why she's having that big smile and that big trophy is because
she didn't go on to win, did she?
What a good guess that is. Yes, she did. She won five holes in a row, though. A run of birdie, eagle, eagle during that five holes in a row. Now, I've had two eagles in my life, and she managed to match that in 2 holes. So there you go.
Those eagles were off your provisionals as well,
and there were net eagles as well.
Yeah.
Yeah, so well done to her. Another golfer who also went on a really good run. This time, actually, at the start of his round was Matty Dodbury, Royal Liverpool. He was playing in the Cheshire Men's match play final. He won the first 5 holes in that. Eventually went on to win 7-6 against Fraser McLeod. That was played at Asbury Golf Club. Now, that's a county championship. Actually, there's been lots of county championships in the last few weeks or so, men's, ladies in particular, but also juniors as well. And there will be more coming up over the next few months or so. So good luck to all those boys and girls out there playing in these events. Even if you've not got a chance to win, it's a really good opportunity to gain some experience of playing in some big competitions. So best of luck for everyone out there. Now, talking about experience then. Ping Welsh Junior Tour. They had their second event of the series. Once again, I think we've got a photo here of the Lantrescent and Pontycludgeons because they did particularly well in this competition. Dylan Jones, he's the one on the right there. He just missed out on 3rd place in the under 14 category. He shot 36 points, but his clubmate there, the one on the left, Geraint Barnes, won with a magnificent total. We love the big totals in this podcast. 46 points, so really well done to him there.
Fair play, yeah.
And you can see there the second place was 38 points. So that's how many points he won by there.
Yeah.
So heck of a standard they're setting there. Now,
how old are they, Steve? Sorry, how old is
Well, that's the under 14 category. So I'm guessing they're either 13 or 14. Yeah. So there's 100. I think there's under 14, under 12, under 10, and under 8 categories there. But they were the best scores. Now, staying with Welsh golf, because we are going to be doing a podcast on junior golf in Wales, as we well know. We've done one on Ireland, we've done one on Scotland, we've done plenty on England over the various podcasts we've done, but not one on Welsh golf. So we're going to be doing one on that. And I have to mention the Mini Masters series. They've just confirmed 6 events in August. They're on the Progress Junior Golf Tour website. So if you want to have a look on there and see what events there are there. And also they've got a massive competition coming up on June the 1st and June the 2nd at the Vale Resort, the Gareth Bale Championship. Now, you might have heard of Gareth Bale. I don't know if you're aware of him. He plays another sport. I can't remember which sport it is now.
He's leaving. Apparently, he's coming to Leeds in the summer.
Is that correct? Yeah. Does he want to play in the championship? Does he then?
Oh,
sorry.
Harsh. Sore subject, Steve.
Sore subject. Let's move on quickly then. So yes, but that's a 54-hole competition. I mean, I mentioned about Gareth Bale. Obviously, he's very much into his golf. Perhaps a little bit too much. He's got into a little bit of trouble with the media about prioritising his golf over his football. But anyway, now actually talking about people who've got into trouble, if you like, with the media. Richard Bland, who now obviously this is a junior podcast, so we're talking about junior golf here. But obviously, over the last few days or so, he's come out and says that he might be playing in the Greg Norman, the tournament.
No, he is. He's come out today and confirmed it, and he said, if I get banned from the PGA or DP World Tour, so what? I get banned.
Absolutely. Well, obviously that's his choice. Now, the one thing I have to say about him though is the fact that he does back junior golf. And in particular this last week, because he sponsored the latest event on the Robert Rock Junior Golf Tour. It took place at Stoneham Golf Club.
Stoneham is his own track, isn't it? Stoneham.
Absolutely. So hence the reason why I was saying. Now the reason why I picked this one out is because I think this is a fantastic story here. Because if you just read this there, what a course. This is a player who's played in this competition. What a course. Thank you so much for sorting out a well worth the 9-hour and 480-mile round trip to play in this event. Now, that only tells half the story here, because I had a quick look to see this lad here. Now, I'm not going to name any names here, although you can see that his dad's called Mark O'Connor, so it's not going to take a genius to work out that he's probably an O'Connor. But but the other part of the story is the fact that I wanted to find out how he got on in the event. So 9 hours, 480-mile round trip. He played in the 9-hole competition. So it wasn't as if he was out there to go and play 18 holes. He was there to play 9 holes. And in addition to that, he didn't actually finish his round. Now, I don't know the reasons why. I don't know if he was injured or whether he perhaps filled in the wrong scorecard or whatever. But he didn't actually finish in the places because he didn't complete his round. So I have to say, hats off to him for taking the photo, really enjoyed it, putting the message on afterwards to say that he enjoyed it. And I think that's inspirational for a lot of people out there that, even if it doesn't go quite well for you on the day, you can still enjoy your golf and you can still go and have a great time.
Can I just one up that, by the way? So we took 480-mile trip. That's only 240 miles each way. We went to do Faldo Series in Scotland, and that's about 480 miles one way. And due to the fog, it was cancelled. So we went all that way, and we didn't even see one shot being played. So
that's it.
I'm going to one up that.
Yeah. Okay. Well, but you got paid for it.
Yeah. All right. Fair enough.
Okay, yeah. Now we're talking about trips here. And we're talking about things. How about this? Just to complete this, I think this is the perfect way to finish the news section here. Julian Knowles. Okay, so he's now just been newly appointed junior development officer for the Harrogate and District Union of Golf Clubs. Now, basically, his role is to help develop and provide opportunities for all junior members of the 12 union clubs, which is up in Yorkshire. Now, to help fundraise, in July this year, he's going to cycle and walk between each golf club, carrying his golf clubs and playing one hole at each of those courses in a 24-hour period. So it starts at Ilkley Golf Club, and he's going to cycle to the Harrogate clubs via Otley Golf Club. That's 25 miles he's going to be cycling with his golf clubs on his back. Then he's going to walk the remaining 50 miles, taking in the remaining 6 clubs. So he starts at Harrogate Golf Club and finishes at home club at Thirsk and North Allerton.
Hang on, he's going to walk. Walk how far?
50 miles.
50. He can't do that in 24 hours. That's like impossible.
Well, I'm only going on what he's put
out
there.
We'll ask our expert. We're going to ask Jamie, but to me, that sounds impossible. Are you sure it's not the other way around? He's got to cycle 50 miles and then walk 25.
Well, if I told you that I did the London Marathon and obviously that's 26 miles, and I walked the vast majority of that, and I finished in about 5.5 hours, so it is possible.
Yeah. You didn't have to play a golf hole in between. We'll ask our experts. Well, and I have to say, I know Harrogate very well. My family are from. In fact, I lived in Harrogate for 8 years, and I can tell you from Ilkley to Harrogate, it's not just a flat road either. It's like that. and then like that, and then like that, and then like that, and then like that. So he's gonna have some pretty strong quads after that, I think.
Absolutely, yeah. But he's got a GoFundMe page. His target is £1,800. I think he's going to raise a lot more money than that. So well done to him. I think that's really inspirational. And from the Progress Junior podcast, we pass on our best wishes and hope that he raises as much as he possibly can. I think that's the perfect way to finish the podcast. And as you mentioned there, I think it's also the perfect person to bring on so we can ask him some questions about that and try and find out.
I'm going to ask
what
him,
he
Jamie,
thinks.
Get ready. Here he is, Jamie Greaves. Jamie, 25-mile cycle. How many golf courses was it? 12.
So there's 12 golf courses, yeah.
12 holes of golf, and then you've got to walk 50 miles in 24 hours. That sounds a bit of a stretch to me. I don't know.
That's an impressive effort, that is. Yeah, that's fair play to him for that.
In July, presumably in July, that's obviously might will be the longest day as well. So it gives him the opportunity to have as many hours as possible to do it in daylight. So otherwise, he might well be hitting a few shots with night golf. But hey, credit to him though. So
yeah, absolutely.
So this is Jamie Greaves, who's a golf fitness trainer. So just give him some advice if you can then about how he's going to cope with that then, of being able to play, walk, and cycle in 24 hours then.
Well, I think the first thing would be to make sure you got some comfy shoes for that. But yeah, and not many golf clubs. Make that golf bag as light as possible.
Yeah, I suppose if he's only playing one hole 12 times, then realistically you can take 3 golf clubs. That's
yeah. I think
4 iron and a putter will do. That's all you need.
Yeah, I certainly won't be having a tour bag for that one. But yeah, I mean, on that kind of, obviously that's extreme. So on that kind of thing, it's all about fueling yourself up and getting on as much kind of fluids and stuff as you go. But yeah, I think that kind of thing. It's so extreme that it's gonna take a hell of an effort. But yeah, good luck to him.
Absolutely.